So if you stay up to date with current events here on YouTube, you may have heard over the past day or so from YouTubers that you watch that they are worried that due to some YouTube policies, they're not sure if they'll be able to upload the same style of content that they have been doing for many years now and still be able to monetize it, earn a living off of it. And that doesn't sound very good, right? If you've been making one style of content for a super long time without issue, and all of a sudden, over the course of a day, that suddenly no longer becomes viable, that's means for concern. So let's give a little bit of background as to what's going on. If you haven't heard about this, if you're new to it, I'm just gonna, go over it, chip in my 2 cents on the matter. And again, it's pretty early on, so it's hard to know exactly how everything's going to turn out, but at least based on what I know at the moment, where things are at. So over the past couple of days, a lot of YouTubers have been receiving notifications that some of their videos are no longer eligible for monetization. So they've been having ads displayed on these videos for however long they've been uploaded, and all of a sudden, according to the notification, they can no longer get ad revenue on those videos. Up until now, it seemed like that would only happen if you had a video age gated, so enough people reported it as being inappropriate for a younger audience, and then YouTube said, okay, you can no longer watch this if you're under 18, and ads can't display on those videos. So up until now, that's mostly the type of instance where I had heard of videos being unmonetized, but now it seems to be happening on videos that aren't necessarily age gated, that just have been around and all of a sudden no longer eligible for monetization. So a lot of YouTubers made videos on the matter talking about what's going on and how they're concerned that if this keeps up, then maybe they're not going to be able to continue making their same type of content, because obviously they have to earn a living in order to do what they do full time. And so how are they going to deal with that? So here is the page that most people are referencing as the policy guidelines for what is advertiser friendly. And so it says content that is considered not advertiser friendly includes but is not limited to, and then all these lines here. And it says if any of the above describes your video, then it may possibly have monetization removed, not be eligible for monetization. I'm not sure how it actually YouTube determines this, because a lot of videos get uploaded to YouTube, but via some process, you might get a notification saying, hey, you can't monetize your video. There is an appeal, so you can click on the notification that comes into you, and then you can appeal it and say, I don't think this is correct. I should be able to monetize this video. Some people have had success with that. I haven't heard the full scope of what the usual response is there, though. Now, what a lot of people seem to be, well, at least people watching the videos from these YouTubers seem to be saying is, this is crazy that now all these new guidelines have been rolled out, that you're no longer allowed to make this style of content, that if it follows on any of these descriptors here. So I was curious. I'm like, well, are these new? Was this just rolled out? Because I haven't checked this page before, so I had no idea. Maybe they just put it on in accordance with some new policy that they're rolling out. So I went to a website called the Internet Archive Wayback Machine. I typed in the URL for that page and put it in. And the earliest one is June 5th, 2015. Over a year ago. So we should probably check what the page looked like then, because that's obviously before any of this stuff started happening. And we'll wait for the page to load. And it says, what is advertiser-friendly content? Content that YouTube considers to be inappropriate for advertising includes, but is not limited to. And it's all the same stuff that's listed on the current page that I just loaded up a couple minutes ago. So they haven't changed their policy. What it seems they have changed is the way that they're actually enforcing the policy. So I actually ended up receiving an email last night. It was a mass email from the person I talked to at YouTube saying, TLDR, too long didn't read. This isn't a new policy. It's just making it easier to see if you do get a video flagged and demonetized, why it happened as per the below. And then she just sort of copy pasted these terms here. Now, I'm taking that with a grain of salt because it definitely seems like something has changed. And she said that the notification process has, but it also seems like there are definitely more videos that are all of a sudden being flagged by this. So even though the notification process has changed, it seems like the notifications are now on more videos that weren't previously being unmonetized. I don't think that for most of the people, they had all these videos just sitting in their video manager unmonetized, and all of a sudden they just now received the notification for it. It seems like it was a new thing, unless I'm mistaken. So, I'm not sure if the change in execution, I mean, I guess they're still abiding by their policy here, but it seems to be hitting more videos is, I guess, what I'm trying to get at. Now, here's the hope, I guess, is that sometimes when YouTube rolls out a new feature, they do it in a little bit of an extreme fashion, and it sometimes has more of an impact than they hope for it to. And I'll refer back to a few years ago when they rolled out this. I don't want to get into all the details because I could make a long video just on this. But they rolled out a couple different classifications for channels, one being managed and one being affiliate. If you were an affiliate channel, you were now, when you weren't previously, subject to automated content ID claims. So all these channels that were once above this, you had to have a manual claim placed on your video. All of a sudden, all the automated stuff floating around out there was targeting their videos. And so tons and tons of gaming channels were having, in some cases, up to hundreds of their videos copyright claimed by Content ID. And at that point, it was like, wait, can we no longer do gaming on YouTube? Is this the end? Is that it? Are we done here? Gotta pack up and find something else to do. And that was very concerning at the time. Fortunately, YouTube went and they sort of tinkered with that, and they were able to I guess tone down the severity of these claims. And now, I don't think that many people have those issues anymore. Anyone who I know was being affected by that back then, they're still alive and kicking. They're still making YouTube videos, and everything is good. So I'm not here to sit and say everything in this case is going to turn out exactly the same as it did before. But if we're looking at past events and hoping that they sort of mirror what could happen, there is a chance that something was set to be a little too extreme here, and it will hopefully be scaled back. Again, this is all speculation, but it's speculation on both sides of the equation right now. Speculating from people who say I'm no longer going to be able to do what I'm doing. Well, we don't know that for sure. So far, from what I've seen, the most amount of videos someone said have been affected by this is 40 or so, and I think that was by Philip DeFranco, which is a lot of videos. Needless to say, there were hundreds, I think, in some cases with that whole Content ID affiliate channel thing back a couple of years ago. The bigger concern here is obviously if you keep uploading and all the future content you upload keeps getting flagged, then that's bad. That's not good. So I guess only time will tell, but hopefully the dial will be turned back a little bit, or it'll be changed, and everything will turn out okay. But so far, I haven't seen any channels have enough of their videos, a high enough percentage of their videos flagged for this to where it would impact them. So that's good, at least. And hopefully on into the future, it's not going to be a consistent thing where every new video those channels upload suddenly gets hit by this. The other concern I've seen from people is them saying that it's a form of censorship. That if you choose what content is not advertiser friendly, and that happens to be reporting on news or something, and it's just not bright, happy, fluffy news, then that's not really fair, because the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows. There are bad things that do need to be reported on, and it's unfair to not serve ads on that. And while it's true, to an extent, all that content deserves equal opportunity for attention, I guess the fact of the matter is, if you are an advertiser, you do have the right to determine what you're paying. You're paying money, and you do have the right to determine what content you want for that to be displayed on. However, I think the issue here is it's more being decided on YouTube's end rather than the advertiser's end. I do believe advertisers have the ability within YouTube's tool set to target where they want their ads to be run. And so for YouTube to potentially be making that decision, who knows? I don't know exactly what the process is, again, as to how a video gets flagged for not being eligible to be monetized. I'm not sure if there's a magical video watching bot that can somehow like analyze the content in videos, or if it goes off of keywords, or what exactly happens. But in any case, if it comes down to the advertiser, they do have the right to decide what they want to spend money on. But I guess it's just not clear enough in this case how that's actually working. But in any case, like I said, right now, the way it's going to turn out in the future is all pure speculation. I'm inclined to think that people aren't going to no longer have the ability to do YouTube as they have once before. If I'm incorrect on that, then I'll eat my words. I know some folks might be thinking, well, you're like a PG Minecraft channel. You have no right to speak on the matter. I'm not completely PG. I mean, I've had videos with plenty of language in them and all that stuff. But at the same time, I think I can empathize with people who feel that their livelihood might be threatened. That's terrible. That sucks. There have been times when I've felt like, man, is this going to happen to me? With previous situations that have arisen. But at the same time, I think that often when a change is made on YouTube, reactions can get a little bit extreme. So I just figured I would focus on what we do know so far. And there's really no way for anyone to know at this point how it's going to play out in the long term. But again, the policy itself hasn't changed. It's merely the enforcement and execution of that policy. And like I said, I'm inclined to think there's a little more to it than just the notification system, which I was informed of in the email I received. It seems like it's a little bit more on how many videos are being affected by it. But in any case, a lot is still up in the air, and I thought I'd give my 2 cents on the matter. Hopefully everything turns out just fine, like it ended up doing for that whole managed affiliate channel thing. But I guess we'll see. For now, though, hopefully YouTube keeps on turning for all us people make videos on it. And thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. I guess that's all for now. So I'll talk to you guys soon.